to everyone. It's Sada from Poison Rock, and today I'm a really pleasure to have with us Ludvig from Rich. First
Yeah.
of all, I was going today.
Well, it's going well, um, and so we tried this just a little like
Yeah,
a little earlier, but I fucked up. I was in the car. Stuff happened. Some people died. Some survived, but
it
now
was
we're all
on the
good.
road. Let's admit it. We tried to do it on the road Kerouac interview, but it wouldn't work. It wasn't working. So we had to do it more like normal interview. Next time we wouldn't do a Kerouac interview in the back in
Yeah,
the back of a truck. Okay.
yeah,
Okay, so Ludwig, before we're gonna talk about Reach and all this success that is going on around, let's say, Sweden and Europe, let's talk about your musical background. How you ended up
yeah.
to be the guitarist and the songwriter, and as well like you were a kid, how you pick up the guitar and why the guitar and not the violin, for example.
Yeah, well, so I started with drums when I was young.
Okay,
I grew up in the Stockholm archipelago on an island, and my dad he was very
beautiful.
into playing like Swedish folk music, basically. So I would listen to that all the time back home, and then I was maybe around 13 or 14 or something when I was introduced by a friend of mine in school to Black Sabbath. He showed me Paranoid, a live
Okay.
version. I was like, shit. And for some reason, I didn't want to play guitar or sing. I just wanted to play drums. Uh,
There was something that in Paranoid that you made you feel like you wanna have the rhythm.
yeah, yeah, exactly. I thought it was cool. So still think it's cool. But so I
Yeah.
started that for a while, but then eventually I got over to because I really enjoyed the not singing so much, but the guitar as an instrument. After a while, I was inspired by my teacher back then in school,
That's
so I
beautiful.
switched to guitar. Studied like did my practice, learned all
Yeah,
the AC/DC stuff,
yeah.
and when it was time for high school, sort of the Swedish one, we I chose between either go to skateboard, uh, high school. There's that thing here, or music. So I was like, oh, all right, fuck it, I'll do music. I'll do guitar. I really wanted to do the skateboard one,
Yeah,
but
that
yeah.
was science. Skateboard's pretty cool, but I hope you kept the passion of skateboarding.
What?
The passion of skateboarding. I hope you kept
Yeah,
it.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, I don't even think about breaking my hands or anything at all. I just keep riding. But I can tell I'm getting older, and I'm only 30. I'm still young. I'm still fresh
Let,
out of the box.
yeah, let's admit it. Otherwise, it will behold me as well. So we are differently young. Let's
Yeah,
say. So
differently young, exactly. So yeah, that was that, and then quickly into in school. So I played guitar um, as a study until I was 18 or something, 19, and about then I started. Got in a band with a few older fellows and outside of Stockholm. So I was rehearsing with them once a week. I maybe played with them for a year or two. I can't remember, but in the end, we needed a drummer. So I found on I can't remember the name of the website, but it's like an old website you can find band members. I think
all
it's called
time,
band. Yeah, I can't remember the name, but I found Marcus there, a really cool guy with a perm.
like lost in a website. I'm looking for
Yeah,
a band. It looks almost
yeah,
like like the dating. I'm a 35-year-old man. I'm looking for a home, a woman or a housewife.
yeah. I'm like but my ad was like, so I'm an 18-year-old boy who looks like a girl, and I want an old man who smashes stuff. And so I found Marcus. We
And
met up with the band, and we just instantly clicked, became best friends at an
it's
instant. So
a long
um,
friendship, though.
yeah, sorry.
It's a long friendship.
Oh yeah,
Almost.
it is
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, it's like well over 10 years. So,
yeah.
so yeah, well over 10 years. So yeah, we just I quit that band with him and we started Reach and we found ourselves a bass player and a singer. So I wasn't singing from the beginning. It was another
Okay.
guy.
So at the
Yeah.
beginning, so Reach Out Rock, you weren't singing back then?
No, I'm not singing on that one. That's Alex, and he plays in a band called Crush today. Um,
Okay, so in which album you joined as a singer? I mean, you moved as a singer, or
y-
switched?
yeah. So it was
I
that
don't
must
remember.
have been 2022 12 is when we did the second album, The Great Divine, and that's what the
Yeah.
one I'm singing on. So
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 from the
from that,
second one.
yeah, yeah, and that album was the first one with me, Marcus, and Suf as a
So the
trio, three piece.
so the current lineup of all the band.
Yeah, this is from the second album. Yeah,
Yeah, but of course, like the main, let's say, topical around today is the of prophecy, the release of prophecy, the 29th of March. So that
yeah,
is one, not properly a month if we consider that February it's a weird month, but let's say a
yeah,
month from today.
yeah.
I mean, you're going really fucking well as a band. How does it feel? Because you released like the first single went as a hit, and now it's, I mean, because usually it's not easy going to in the charts and spread music
No,
in as well, like I don't want to say commercial in a bad way, but like in the not more in the which is the correct? It's not in the underground, but more in
mm.
the mainstream. How does it feel?
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's great, of course, for us, like with our music being in that box. Like we got a lot of radio in Stockholm and around in Sweden and around like in Finland and Germany. We got the Bob Rock radio station, which is like a
Yeah,
really big one. I think we got three of the four stations, the rock stations. So it's been going really well, and of course that's cool because our music is not like pop music. It's not commercial. Well, with some influences,
yeah,
but we really have. It's like
different
it's
influences,
always been. Sorry.
different influences. I what I heard.
Yeah, that's why the albums, all the albums sound. I guess they sound the same in the way that they're not at all like
Yeah,
connected in any way. So, but
yeah.
our label is really cool because they always been since the last album when we joined them, Promise of a Life. They were like, you do what you want to do, and we're not gonna be in the way.
Wow,
Um,
love
and
this.
we write all the music ourselves, so it comes from the band, and we always do just shit that we want to play. We never. I've tried to do like I love Alter Bridge, for instance. So I was like, I'm gonna do an Alter Bridge song, and it always sounds like shit when I try to copy other things. Well, it's not, it's not honest. So,
Yeah,
and I think that you can hear that. Yeah. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, but this is well like your sound as well. I think, I mean, I don't want to go to dig in all on each album, but of course, just to be more close to the present, like with the Promise of a Life, which is the most recent. So let's say that officially that the last album released.
yeah.
Which I mean, in your opinion, which different we can see from the last album to Prophecy, sound wise at the moment?
Oh, sound wise, it's really because we the producer of the last album, Promise of a Life, was Jonah from Heat, and he's brilliant. He's really cool, and
Yeah.
he plays keyboard, uh, and he put all of that sort of his way of writing and producing music into our
Yeah.
music. So it actually, of course, made it different from what it was when I wrote it. But
Yeah.
for this album, Prophecy, I wrote like all the songs I wrote myself. I played everything, everything, not the drums and the bass, of course. That
Yeah.
they write their own parts. And
Yeah, of course.
but the producer we used for this one, Christian Schneider,
Uh,
he had vision that when we started recording, it was like, okay, go into the studio and we're gonna track all the songs live and see what happens. So we're gonna try do
Okay.
them as they're played on the demo and then just trying to play them through having fun. And I think we kept like eight of 10 songs is the versions where we just jammed and tried out different things.
So
So it's really cool.
like you kind of you kept like a let's say quote unquote raw version of them.
Yeah, yeah, that's what they always get. So for
Beautiful.
all albums we released, they get my shitty demo, and it was just like,
Yeah.
okay, let's make this into something good. But and Chris, the producer for this album, he was like, because we use a lot of backing tracks, we have orchestra parts and shit. So he was like, but if the
Yeah.
songs are good as a three piece, they're gonna last on the album.
As
They're
the
gonna be a good song.
yeah. Yeah, and as well, like so in prophecy, you are 100% the songwriter as well.
Yeah.
So that's perfect because I may ask you which mainly is if there is one specific topic that you're gonna face and talk, prophecy or different. I mean, like just to make it, is a kind of concept album or mainly different song, different lyrics, different experiences?
Bit of both, I'd say. I because the songs could be like, um, I think I wrote half the album in like 4 days. It's like sat down and just smashed through the songs. Like just got an idea after an idea, and I was
So,
in a
right?
story mode. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, writing and I was in the studios. I was just like writing, and I was out walking and writing and working at the same time. So I work. I'm not a full-time musician. I work, so which
yeah,
is good because it get my head going. So I could sit
yeah,
at work and be like, "This is a cool verse," and I write it down.
yeah,
And I sort of know the theory, so I know if I want it to sound in a way, I know which chord it's gonna be, not
yeah, yeah.
which. So yeah, but so I could pretty much put out a lot of the idea on paper. So I did that and went in and recorded my demos for I think it was 5 or 6 songs, and all of those songs are the ones like "Save the World," for instance, is one
Yeah,
of them.
yeah, that's a
I
very
think "A Million Lives" is one of them,
yeah,
and "Prophecy," the opening song on the album, that is also one of those songs from that batch. And all those songs are stories, so they're not like they're made sort of made up in a way.
yeah.
Uh,
So which take
and
inspiration from where? Like,
so take "Mama Mama" for instance. That I was inspired that song because of this guy who was on Dr. Phil, who's bashed in the head of his mom with a sledgehammer, and it was my brother. He's actually here somewhere in the apartment right now. He not the guy who smashed his mother's head in, my brother. so uh, yeah, he showed me. I was like, I was so. Uh, inspired be the wrong word, I guess, but it really like took a hold of me, that whole story. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna write about a kid who's like exposed to domestic violence, because that's a
yeah,
subject I would think I like to write about, touchy
yeah,
subjects. And then I just wanted to twist it where like towards the end of the song, this kid gets enough and he kills his parents because the parents
yeah,
are shit
that's
people.
yeah, that's like something similar really happened with the girl that has been released, like which is her name? That girl that was held by her mom with the Munchausen proxy syndrome,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
Rose
Yes.
Arts, something like that. And she was, but
Mm,
she engaged, she takes someone else, I think her boyfriend, to kill her mom because she was going through hell. Her mom told her that she had, she having her head cancer, horrible
yeah.
life, and this girl went insane. Poor girl, poor
Mm.
girl. It
Yeah,
was,
yeah, exactly. I can't remember the name of that one, but I know the
yeah,
story, and it's like there's a lot of those one, and those story are like it's I think it's right. It's good to write about them, and
yeah,
so it's a bit of that. It's a bit of made up stories, a bit of inspired by life, and then I have a few songs like from of course from my life.
yeah.
I'm the one writing songs, so it's easier for me. I
To
can't as
like,
easy write about Marcus losing his perm or something. It doesn't work. I can only write about my own stuff.
I can write something about skateboarding. It would be like a more
Yeah.
a punkish band, but this doesn't like it like a rock alternative, let's say punk version. Because I mean, not only punks use
All right.
skateboard,
Hey,
everyone.
you have the CKY for that.
And I mean, a beautiful skateboard. I mean, I used to do skateboard as well. I mean, and sometimes you miss the skate because when you grew up, I think you want the more classical skateboard, with the long shape, like the
Yeah.
70s one. While you were a teenager, you buy the cheapest one because you don't have the money.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree. Yes, the
Yes,
same. But now you're right. I got one of those, one of those sort of old school style from. Have you seen the movie Lords of Dogtown?
I love that movie, Eighth Ledger.
Yeah,
We want to speak about his performing and the soundtrack.
yeah, I
Amazing.
know.
Ralph,
The movie is fucking awesome.
oh,
Yes, it's
thank
one of
you.
my favorite movies. So I got
Too
one of
much.
those skateboards. So I'm
Yeah,
just cruising around out in the street now
yeah,
somewhere.
because they took it the shape of the surfing board. So that's
Yeah,
yeah,
the big wheels, everything
yeah.
going around pools and shit. Yeah,
And this is an
nice.
underrated movie. So
It is.
people watch Lord of Dogtown. They deserve first for
Yeah,
its
watch
ledger,
Lords of Dogtown.
rich recommendation, rich
Yes.
movies of the day. Watch Lords
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Dogtown.
Lords of Dogtown.
So cool though. And yeah, of course. I mean, there's as well like a kind of I'm reading as well like kind of track of a psycho violence, for example. it kind of as well relate to the type of, say, for example, child abuse that you mentioned before, because these are, let's say, deep and tough topic to speak about
Mhm.
it. And for
Mhm.
something with psychoviolence, I think could be related as well as for abuse violence, abusive psychological violence that men, women go throughout, relationship,
Yeah.
family. So
So that one, psycho violence, is exactly that. I'd say
yeah,
it's a sort of a cliche song, I guess. It's about standing up for yourself, but it's not like this one is more of like a society push on outsiders. So that's
okay,
the psycho violence that
okay,
I'm looking
I
at. So
understand.
the song is actually, I don't think I've told anyone about this, but the song is actually about it's about a gay person.
It's a beautiful,
Yeah, so that's what the song's about.
not the
And
violence beautiful, but the topic is beautiful.
yeah, yeah. So if you listen, and I imagine it being at a nightclub, and there's like beautiful girls everywhere, and
Yeah,
this person in my song doesn't care. It's a guy at this instant. Well, it could be a girl, doesn't matter really.
yeah,
And yeah, and uh, everyone's in the song is like all into this girl, and he doesn't give a fuck because he wants something else, and
yeah.
that's gonna bring him down to hell, is what I'm saying. So it's really I'm bringing in some old cliche, Bible shit, that religion, that's sort of
Push.
psycho violence. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
the
I
society.
guess psyche violence would be the right, but psycho violence was a better title,
Sounds
so I
better.
just used that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, because that's, I mean, that's kind of the society, which include, of course, state, but whatever, hope or whatever it is. You
Yeah.
have that. Let's say that maybe states just changing could change a little bit, but what is about the church? I mean, I live in the country of the church, so
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
yeah,
it's beautiful. Well, yeah,
yeah,
you can I bet yeah, I guess you can cherry pick, or no, I don't know, but that's the theme, and many songs like The Law, for instance, is the same thing. It's the man. That's actually a song about the law, basically, and the bad side. It's sort of a uh, anarchistic way of looking at it, I guess. But so yeah, it's absolutely, psychoviolence is definitely about psychoviolence, but in a sort of a general sense, like a social psychoviolence, maybe.
yeah, and of course, like just to say that first there is the grand finale. So it's you say basically say there is the grand finale, and then you
Yeah,
go out with the bonus track.
yeah,
You are tricking us, admit
yeah,
that's it, and then that it's a in the 11th the
yeah,
bonus track, not at the 67 song like it used to be once. You have to push. Go. So
yeah.
and the grand finale is all about like the ending of something or just the ending of just let's say the topic that you face in the album.
So yeah, more like, I guess, more like the second one you mentioned there. So it's like a good. So I wanted to write. I'm really more for each album we make. I really get more into lyrics. I really enjoy writing lyrics, and but I also like the idea of sort of concept album, sort of making a structure. So I wanted the prophecy, for instance, to be in the beginning, and and the prophecy of the album name is like, it's sort of a prophecy that this is happening and what we're doing, and you never know what you're gonna get, and that is the prophecy.
Yeah.
Um, so it's sort of a paradox, because I guess it's foretelling something, and the only prophecy here is that you don't know what you're gonna get. So when I open that, you don't know what you're gonna get for a few tracks, and then we're gonna end up with grand finale. And those two songs are similar in the
In this.
in the way they're in the structure, basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
So and that was something we did. So we wanted the intros to be sort of similar, the intro and the outro of the album.
So that's
Um,
why we can have a kind of the sort of let's say concept structured album,
Yeah, we
kind
want
of.
to tell a story. Exactly, we want
Yeah.
to tell a story throughout the album. When we're covering some different topics, there's one love song in it, for instance, that doesn't. It's one of the few ones we have, um,
Yes.
called "Who Knows," and
Yeah.
so yeah, it's still about killing people. But anyways, that
Just
could be a
killing
love song.
people,
You
weird things,
sometimes you
but
want to kill people you love.
yeah, and sometimes we just put some love song here and there just to see we are as well people who loves, not only that we want to
We have
support,
we have nice feelings too. Yeah,
yeah, not only hatred. But I love the bonus track. I think at night.
yeah,
Is it
Swedish
Swedish?
one. Yeah, yes.
I'm good sometimes to recognize
Yeah,
my process to be Swedish. It wouldn't be weird if you do it in Icelandic. Come on.
no, no, would have been cool to do it.
Yeah, it would be cool. But I mean, what is about that? Because of course I don't understand Sweden until now. So what is about? I mean, and why you choose as a bonus track?
Because the song came in late and we wanted it on the album. That's why.
There's no surprise. There's no deep
Very,
meaning.
very, very
Yeah.
deep. So, but the song is it's cool, really, because well, it's of course we could have put it in the middle or somewhere else, but
Yeah.
again, it's cool to end with a bang. And with Eviga Nuts, it's sort
Yeah.
of similar to Little Dreams, I think, lyrical wise. It's sort of like getting lost in your dream and wanting to stay there. So
Yeah.
so it's so there's a line in Eviga Natt which is sort of like I'm the king in a land that no one knows, and so you sort of escaping reality to a place where nothing matters, but it doesn't matter because it's not real. And in the song, yeah, this character wants to stay there and die there because that's good. The world is shit. That place is good. It's
Like
scary. It's got nightmares. It's got monsters, but it's better
than
than real life.
where we
Yeah.
are actually living. So it's kind of a big grand finale then, because
Mm,
after everything, like all this tough and deep shit throughout the life, let's say
yeah.
the topic of the album, you go like in the dream, like
Yeah.
I had enough, just let me sleep. It's better.
Yeah, exactly. And the song is it's in I think translated it will be sort of like eternal eternal night,
Eternal
infinite
night.
night maybe. Yeah.
That's beautiful. That's kind of poetic though. Kind of poetic.
Mm. Yeah.
You're a good songwriter. I mean,
Well, thanks.
maybe you will write next time in 3 days a sonnet and put it
Yeah.
there.
No, that would be cool. I would not be able to do that, but yeah, yeah. But as I said, that's fun with the band as well, with Reach and with Sufjan and Marcus and Reach, because
Yeah,
we all play a lot. Marcus tour with Death Stars and other bands, and he
yeah,
plays Suf plays with different people. We all practice, so we all become a lot better for each album.
yeah,
And I practice my vocals all the time, trying to get better and try new stuff. I
yeah.
love Chris Cornell and Glenn Hughes, so I'm trying to bring all that into the
Oh, you
mix.
can. That's beautiful. Chris Cornell, which is the Grange voice, and Glenn
Yeah,
Hughes, the 17 voice. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
putting them together. That's. I mean, I listen Grange, I listen Whitesnake, for example, my favorite by Still Art, all these things. So put it together. It's like a
Yeah.
bipolar music.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Because I thought Chris Cornell is my favorite. It's my all-time
Yeah.
favorite, my number one.
The voice.
And yeah, and Glenn. I mean, Glenn is Hughes is just like
Look at it today. Look at
it's just like incredible. But then I have all these. I don't listen too much. I listen to Chris Cornell and Glenn, but I don't listen too much to rock these days. It's most like I think Stevie Wonder's thing. Maybe I just now started listening to Rod Stewart a lot. I don't know. I haven't listened to him before, so I'm just all into that.
so
And
the influences for the next album.
yeah, sort of. Last album was a lot of classical music for some reason. So
Yeah.
uh, and of course bands like I think Nothing But Thieves. I don't know if you know them. I think they're gonna be an influence to the next album. Yeah, they're really cool. I saw them 2 weeks ago here in Stockholm. I think it was the best live show I have ever seen.
I mean, like if in Sweden you have, I think, the most amazing festival, Sweden Rock Festival. It's I
Yeah,
mean, this summer, I don't know if you know this band. There are a band called played after 20 years called Swedish Erotica with Mats
yeah,
Leven as a singer.
yeah,
He,
yeah, yeah.
he sing with the Malmsteen. He sing with the I think Therion too, and he's an
Yeah,
amazing singer as well.
it's
And
really good. Yeah,
yeah, and I was like, I like in my mind, I would love to see them because it's a one time thing that you're gonna meet them and see them. This is amazing. You have to, this amazing festival in Sweden. It's always beautiful. But if I just, let's say, dig a little bit about the song, but there is really one song that you, while you were writing, you felt closer to you for some different. I mean, we don't need to know the reason, but like that song that you felt closer, and maybe you would like to suggest to the
I
people.
think a million lives definitely. That one is released, and that one is closed. It's a heavy subject, and I just for me, I know it wasn't gonna be like the most maybe popular song because it's not it's a bit weird and dark and everything. But for me, that was one of the songs that was like, yeah, this is cool. I like this. This is what I wanna make this, create this, record this, and release this. And it
Like,
doesn't matter if it goes well or not, but I want this song to happen. So
yeah,
that
yeah.
one, yeah.
And before that, the release of all the album, there's go we I mean at least we were gonna see some other releases as a single or something, or we're just gonna go straight to the release of the album.
From now.
Yeah,
Yeah, now it's I don't think there will be anything more.
okay.
But it's just the
Secret.
album the 29th and something. We're gonna do a show in Stockholm. We haven't actually gone out with it yet, but we're gonna do a show the 28th. That is a Thursday, I think.
So it's kind
Um,
of a release party, let's say, kind of.
Kind of a release party. Yeah, we're gonna have
Yeah.
some guests and stuff. So we're gonna play our songs, gonna take a break, and gonna play some rock and roll songs after. It's gonna be a full night party. It's gonna be great.
Yeah,
Um,
and there's some touring or festival that you're thinking to do, or maybe at least, even if you can say too much, just we are gonna see Reach Out live in 2024,
yeah,
Europe.
we're aiming for a lot of gigs. And so maybe we know we have the German tour in
Yeah,
May, and we're going for a this is like a small festival. I don't know if it's like for record companies and stuff in Tallinn in a week or something, 2 weeks, and was it 2 weeks? I'm not sure, but then we have since the album is on the way and there's a lot of stuff coming out. I can't say really too much because I don't know if it's 100% happening. But we have a really cool thing for after summer. I hope it happens. That would be freaking awesome. So we're just keeping our
we will
fingers
up that
crossed.
for
So.
that. We will up that for that. But this time, I'm gonna go in the booth. You're gonna go in the car. I'm gonna go in on the road interview. This is gonna be on the road interview. And I
Yeah.
mean, I really hope that you're really, because of course you're gonna have I hope to have a European tour, reach out to Italy. But I don't know what's going on in Germany in May. There's a lot of bands playing there in May, so maybe I can join in some
You
concert.
should, yeah. And
Yeah,
if
because
you have time, you should come to the release gig here in Stockholm the 28th. That's gonna be a banger, I think.
I'm gonna be in Milan, unfortunately. I think no, 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 no. I'm back. I'm in Europe. I'm in Sicily again. Yeah, because
All
I'm going
right, yeah.
to Milan, but then I'm coming back, and then I have to come back in Milan. So all back and
Mm,
forth. And there was this thing
We'll
about
stick.
May going in Germany because there's some friends that are playing in Germany. So
Hmm.
take a look about the place and date and make
Yeah, yeah,
medical lights. Would be cool. Would be
yeah.
nice because
Will be a pleasure. Yeah.
yeah, and just before ending, just if we would like to give an adjective to the sound this time of Rich, which would it be? You are songwriter, so it should be easy for you.
Bold.
Bold.
Not like no hair, just like not bald, bold.
I think each
That's in
one of
two
you.
albums, bold.
I mean, I think it would be a paradox for all of three of you. You have more hair than me, put it together. So, and
Yeah.
the 29th of March, Prophecy
Yep.
is going to be out. The pre-order are open, I think now for the
Yeah.
people.
Well, they should be.
Yeah, let's say people can check on the website, and then
Yeah.
it will be available as well on physical copy.
Yeah. Vinyls and CDs. So yeah, and on everywhere you can stream songs, we're gonna be there. So Tidal, Spotify, YouTube, everything. Yeah.
Yeah, and then like you mentioned, there's going to be some gig like in Sweden, and this release party around the 28th, and
Yeah.
Germany tour, and maybe I think in summer as well. And what can I say? It was really a pleasure, really fun interview. I really had the fun, and
Well, same
you
to
see,
you.
it was worth it the time. Well, the confusion, it was worth it.
Yeah, 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 definitely. Well, we should do this again. And
Yeah,
thank you very
for
much
sure.
for great questions and great interview. And
It was really a
keep on
pleasure.
rocking you as well. Keep on playing.
And I'm gonna watch Lords of Dogtown. Keep on
Yeah,
skating, just remember
yeah,
Peralta.
yeah. I will. Hey, take care. I'll see you.
Bye bye. Bye bye.